Hey, you. Welcome to the Christian Life Coaching Podcast for Weight Loss. I'm so excited that you are here. Hey, you, and welcome to the podcast. So, something interesting is happening in my house, and that is that I have a teenage daughter, a couple of them, but a teenage daughter in particular, who is reminding me of my youth, right? I'm 51, she's 16. I remember being 16 years old and doing things in order to slim down for summer. Do you remember that? Maybe that's not something you ever did, or that you whatever it is, or maybe this completely resonates with you. Like you remember doing that. And I remember as I went through my life being at a point where in my 20s and then in my 30s and then in my 40s thinking, that the way that I've always lost weight was the way that I would always lose weight, until it was not the way I could lose weight, right? Like for me, I just wanted to lose weight like I did when I was younger. Because when I was younger, like every April and May, I would just start to get like really serious about my summer slim down. And I didn't even have a diet, right? Like I think about that and I'm like, wow, Sherry, that was like the 80s and 90s. I didn't even have a diet, right? Like my mom, I didn't have access to, meal plans. TV commercials weren't like they are now. I didn't know what to do. I just intuitively knew what was healthy, right? Versus what was unhealthy. And at that time, like when I look back on it, and even as I'm thinking about this, as I'm talking to you, I can see that at that point in time, I was just leveraging common sense. Like I knew if I kept eating cheesy fries, that I knew that when I ate that way, and hot dogs and all of the things, that when I ate that way, and ice cream, all the things I'm thinking of now, I knew that by dinner time as a 16-year-old, I would feel really bloated. I would feel a certain way. I would feel not only bloated, but it would linger for a couple of days. And so I started to link, okay, when I eat that, this happens. And so at that point, because my body was so young, I was able to understand what not to eat. Like back then I had the ability to discern common sense, and that started to evade me as I grew older, right? In fact, like I can even think back, and maybe this is you too, like every January, like as I got older, 17, 18, 19, I remember thinking, all right, I would always start my summer slim down April and May, but this year I'm going to do better. And in January, I was determined to not only not have to do that summer slim down in April and May, right? But I was going to start in January when the world started weight loss, and I was going to start exercising in my bedroom. I was going to do sit-ups. I was going to do push-ups. I was going to do all the crunches, all of the things that I could see on maybe the infomercials that were starting. And then rarely could I ever stick to it starting in January. Like I couldn't stick to it. I would fizzle out. And then come April and May, I would try to dial it in again. Right? Like I would dial in my eating, and I would make time for, doing hard things and denying my flesh. And then somehow something always worked out that by beach season and pool season, I was able to wear my swimsuit and feel good about myself. And then it just started to get harder. And I lived like this for a long time until all of a sudden that stopped working. Right? Like my life, you can probably relate to this. My life filled up and it got busier. And then I noticed that like, as I got busier, as I stepped into a career, as I had a social life in the evenings, my desires shifted. And as my desires shifted, my my get up and want to, and my ambition to do the hard things started to grow weaker and weaker. Like the only thing about me that was thin was my motivation, right? My willpower and my motivation were the only thing about me. And I started to just really struggle with my weight. Didn't matter that I wanted to be thinner for summer. Didn't matter that I would start eating the right things come April and May, or even started in March, January, February. I could start eating better. But if I kept having little quits and little cheats, and I started relying on alcohol or evening snacking or trusting that I could eat ice cream, and no, like it just all started to slip through my fingers. Like I wanted to do hard things, but I was practicing easy things. I practiced eating the wrong things perpetually because of how they made me feel. And I started not hating that, right? I started needing that. I started thinking I had to have the ice cream at night. I started believing, oh, I'll start on Monday. And it never happened. Like I wanted to do all these things, but I practiced and I got really good at all the easy things for such a long time. And that's when I became stuck. I hope this is like landing on your heart. And if this is resonating with you, I want you to just keep listening, because I'm going to take a really quick water break, come back, and on the other side, I want you to hear what I need you to hear today so that you can step into your transformation in this season. I'll be right back. Hey, you, if you are interested in learning how to not only walk by faith and change your life from the inside out in order to have the weight loss results that you know are available to you, if you want to be shown by somebody who's not only certified and shows you how to change your patterns and your habits and your thoughts so that you can step into the fullness of what's available to you through Christ who is strengthening you, if you want to learn how to not only appropriate your faith and take what is available to you, but you also want to learn how to walk in God's grace, how to walk in your spirit of power, then you need to get into the Seeker's Method. You can join me right now in the personal journey. You don't have to wait until open enrollment. You can start now. Women's lives are being changed by working with me online in the Seeker's Method. You go to my website, sherrycapella.com, you look for the Seeker's Method, and you click on the personal journey. Get in now. It is an affordable price right now. I can't guarantee that it will always be this price. If you've been thinking about it, the time is now. If you'd like to do an accelerated program, I have something that is called the Comeback. It's 4 weeks of mind renewal with me. I set you up for your weight loss success in just 4 weeks. Think about the impact that could have on your life. You can go to the show notes for more information. So if you're ready, if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired and you're ready to step into the life that is waiting for you, click on the link in the show notes. Send me a question, coachcapella@gmail.com. I answer all of my emails. I love when you send me emails. All right, back to the show. Hey, you, welcome back. All right, so before the break, I was helping you to, just go back to your childhood, to be reminded of how you maybe lost weight in your past. Maybe in your 20s and 30s, you followed Weight Watchers, you counted calories. Maybe there was a season where keto worked. Whatever it is, here's what you need to know. At this age and stage of your life, the way that you lost weight may stop working. And most of all, what I want to impress upon your heart right now, hear this, receive this, you are not her anymore. You cannot lose weight like you used to. And guess what? That's okay. But just get this. Can you? There's so much about who you used to be in your youth that you're not anymore. I mean, can you do back bends? Do you just randomly go in the yard and do cartwheels? Do you ever voluntarily just do the limbo with your husband in the kitchen with a broomstick? No. Do you ever just sit down on a Saturday morning and color pictures and watch teen beach movies? Right? No, you have matured. Your body has matured too. And now here's the thing. Your expectations need to mature. Your understanding needs to mature. And this is why God has me here doing what he has me to do, to help you to step into that maturity, relative and appropriate to who you are now. so that you can have a greater understanding, so that you can step into wisdom in order to be transformed, so that you can break up with old patterns, so that you can stop having those habits, so that you can stop being who you've been, so that you will no longer be on the trajectory of becoming who you might be if you don't make a change now. This is why I'm here. I want to lead you to your spiritual maturity so that you can have the strength to override your flesh. Your strength to override your flesh is inside of you, but you're never going to know about it if you keep practicing the old thought patterns that got you here. I want to help you to override your flesh. I want you to stop being mastered by cravings and all of the habit, all of it. To be, mastered. I want to help you to stop being mastered by your flesh in the subtle ways that you might not even realize it. I want to help you so that you can not only lose the weight, but that you can begin to live in the abundant life that you were meant to live in all along. I'm living in that abundance. And I don't say that to gloat. I say that to show you it is possible. I am 51 years old, and I'm not only at the smallest weight, but as I step into the smallest weight that I've been for probably my entire adult life, no joke. What was I going to say about that? Oh, here's the other thing. I'm stepping into menopause. If you're not yet going through menopause, girl, you need to get working with me now, because menopause is no joke. You do not want to go into menopause believing the way the world has taught you to believe and to think that you just gain weight in menopause. No, your weight gain is a byproduct of your body being unhealthy, of your habits being wrong, of your relationship with food being wrong. And it's wrong because of this world. Now, as I step into menopause, I'm correcting everything that I saw that happens to our bodies in menopause. My cravings are gone. Most of my friends my age struggle right now to say no to the cravings. I'm not drinking alcohol. Most of my friends running to alcohol. I'm not having the night sweats. Most of my friends cannot keep their bed linens clean without having, right? Like they're having the night sweats. I'm not having hot flashes. I'm doing hard things. I'm denying my flesh. I'm correcting my hormones. This is what I teach you how to do. I show you how to live the disciplined life so you can have the abundant life that you were meant to live all along. And that abundant life is going to require you to be spirit-led, walking in your spirit of power and love and self-discipline, where you can do hard things through Christ, who is strengthening you. The problem is nobody's shown you how to do it so overtly in this area of your life. Right? Like, I want you to imagine this. Jesus is just waiting there. He is waiting to help strengthen you. You read that all through the Word. But are you in the Word? Are you believing that it's possible for you, even in this area? You have to not only be in the Word of God, but you have to believe that it's possible for you and that it applies to you and that it matters that you obey it. You must walk out everything God tells you to do in the Word, and that's how you walk out your salvation. You work out your salvation, your deliverance, right? Because that's exactly what salvation is. It's deliverance from the power and the effects of sin. But you're never going to experience the fullness of what Jesus died to give you in this life right now if you keep trusting in the power and effects of sin. But do you even know what is sin to you? Right? Do you even, you've got, oh man, I don't want to make this a 2-hour long. So right now, I want you to just answer this question. What do you know you need to do to lose the weight that you simply refuse to do? Where are you allowing your flesh to master you? Where are you simply partaking in the things of this world Where are you simply believing that you're just rebellious or that you're too weak or that you have to eat a certain way? Will you ever reap a harvest if you refuse to do the hard work required of you? Right? And like, what matters most to you? Your health or the taste of food? Your health or your perpetual desire for comfort? Right? Like, what matters most? Your longevity? Your ability to have a healthy heart so that you can be healthy well into your maturing, aging years so that your children don't have to take care of you? Do you want to participate in life? Or do you want your children to have to perpetually take care of you because of the way that you didn't take care of your body? Your heart and your body's condition matter. Right? I want you to think about what you're thinking about. Am I perpetually focused on what I want now and all of these constant indulgences? Or am I focused on what matters most and what I want later? Get this, you can expect the right outcome when you do the right things. You can't expect a right outcome if you keep doing the wrong things, if you keep allowing yourself to be coddled. Oh, today was really hard. This food's going to make it better. It's not. It's not going to make you better. I show you all the right things in the right order when you work with me in the Seeker's Method. But you have to get uncomfortable and do them. Right? You have to do them. Otherwise, you being comfortable and pursuing and chasing comfort is going to keep you exactly where you are. Your health is going to slip through your fingers. And I know this for sure. You will not change anything if you don't start and then keep going. You can't just do good things for a couple of days. You can't believe that you can do hard things for a week and then get really upset and cry about it and drive through the drive-through after a difficult day in the office or believe that you deserve it. You have to renew your mind from that pattern. That's what got you here. That way of thinking will not get you out of this. Like, oh, I just hope this is landing on your heart. If you expect and you believe that weight loss has to be easy, you will buckle when it's hard. Like, if you keep believing that weight loss is going to be fast, like when you were 15, you could just start in May and clean up your food and be ready for your swimsuit by July, right? If you keep thinking and believing that it's got to be fast, you will keep quitting when it's slow, right? May to July weight loss isn't possible for you when you're older, when your hormones and all of your habits become a variable. You very likely have practiced the wrong things for so long and conditioned your thought and your body for so long that now it's the reconditioning season. Your body has changed so much and you keep trying to apply a solution to a body that is not the same. You are not her anymore. You need more power. That's why I'm here. That's why I encourage you to get into the Seeker's Method. That's why when you're in the Seeker's Method, I encourage you to keep listening to this podcast. Right? It's not because of what I want for you. It's because of your health mattering. And your health is not going to happen without the renewing of your mind. Are you getting that? If you keep thinking wrong thoughts and believing those thoughts, you're going to keep behaving this way. You're never going to get off of this hamster wheel. You're never going to stop yo-yo dieting. You're never going to stop self-sabotaging. It is all about you being shown the way. And that's exactly what I show you. I show you how to be led in your spirit of power. God gave you a spirit of power because he knew your flesh would be weak. Your spirit is willing. Guess what? Your flesh is not. This is all biblical. I could have probably quoted 5 scriptures, maybe 10, through this entire podcast, but I want to bring it to where you are right now so that you can feel this in your soul, that this can penetrate your mind, that this can be absorbed in your will, so that you can see that in your body, in your soul, and in your body, you can't do this. You need to learn how to be spirit-led. You need more power, and that power is available to you in the spirit, even in weight loss.